Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. Today we are going to be ranking every IWGP Intercontinental Champion from worst to best. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. So back in 2010, New Japan Pro Wrestling reached an agreement to work with an American promotion called Jersey All Pro Wrestling. They announced that New Japan Invasion Tour would be taking place in 2011 called Attack on the East Coast. During this tour, the main attraction would be the crowning of a brand new champion, and you guessed it, it's the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and this was going to be held via the tournament. The winner of this tournament and inaugural champion was MVP, who beat Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito and Toru Yano in the final. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship became the secondary title to the World Heavyweight, but on occasion it even surpassed the world title in level of importance, being defended in Japan, the United States and even Mexico via CMLL. At Wrestle Kingdom 8 in 2014, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship took the main event spot over the world title, with Tokyo Sports now claiming that both titles were equal. In 2020, Tetsuya Naito won both the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships at Wrestle Kingdom 14. Both titles kept their individual history, but were defended at the same time. In 2021, the titles were unified together, bringing an end to a decade-long historic run of one of New Japan's most popular titles. So join me as I rank all 15 of its holders from worst to best. So in at number 15, Bad Luck Fale. At Dominion in 2014, Bad Luck Fale defeated Nakamura to become IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He then took part in his first G1 climax, where he finished third in his block with a loss against Nakamura on the final day, preventing him from advancing. At Destruction in Kobe, Fale lost the title back to Nakamura in his first defense. 14. Evil. In 2020, Evil turned his back on LIJ and joined the Bullet Club in one of the most underwhelming terms in the company's history. He then defeated Tetsuya Naito for both the World and Intercontinental Championships. He only held them for a few months, but he failed to establish himself as a main eventer and, if we're honest, knocked both titles back a peg. Number 13. La Sombra. On May 31st, 2013, La Sombra, aka Andrade, defeated Nakamura to become the first Mexican wrestler to hold the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. He only managed to hold on to it for 50 days, racking up just one successful title defense, but before dropping it back to Nakamura in a rematch that same July. Number 12. Minoru Suzuki. 2018 was a strange year for the Japanese legend and championships, as he unsuccessfully challenged Hiroki Goto for the Never Openweight Championship before defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship at New Beginning, keeping the title for just a short reign before dropping it to Tetsuya Naito in April. Next up for Suzuki was failing efforts in both the G1 Climax and the World Tag Leagues. Number 11. Michael Elgin. In 2016, Elgin got a short run as IWGP Intercontinental Champion, defeating rising star Kenny Omega in the company's first ever ladder match. Elgin was always seen as a mid-card guy who could never make that next step, mainly because of the lack of character work. In September at Destination in Kobe, Elgin lost the title to Tetsuya Naito. Elgin was set for a rematch at Power Struggle, but a broken eye socket that required surgery forced Elgin to drop out and miss the chance to become a two-time champion. Number 10. MVP. As I mentioned earlier, MVP competed in a tournament which he would go on to win, defeating the likes of Tetsuya Naito and Kazuchika Okada to become the first ever IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He held on to the title for 148 days, successfully defending it twice. Number 9. Masato Tanaka. In 2011 of Destination, Tanaka defeated MVP, becoming only the second champion in the title's history. Tanaka had a decent run as champion, defeating the likes of Hiroki Goto and MVP, before dropping it to Goto at Power Struggle, ending his 125-day reign with 3 successful title defences. Number 8. Kenny Omega. In 2016, Kenny Omega was on the rise in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and part of that ascension was winning the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. This title run was essentially a tryout to see if Omega could capitalise on his popularity and move up into the main event scene. At New Beginning, in February 2016, Omega defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi for the vacant title, before just days later capturing the never openweight 6-man tag team titles with the Young Bucks. The Best Bout machine was on the up, and with him, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Number 7. Jay White. In 2015, the Switchblade Jay White unsuccessfully challenged for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 12. It would take him 4 more years before he finally challenged again for the title at Destruction in Kobe, defeating Tetsuya Naito. In those 4 years, White had held both the IWGP US and World titles, so at the time of him winning the Intercontinental Championship, he was already a made star. Number 6. Hiroki Goto. Goto is the first guy on this list that has held the title on more than one occasion, holding the title for a combined 308 days over 2 reigns. His second run as IWGP Intercontinental Champion was way back in 2015, but is probably his peak in his career so far. Goto is clearly technically sound, but he fails to connect with the audience enough for him to be pushed to that main event level. Number 5. Chris Jericho. In 2017, Chris Jericho embarked upon a historic and impactful run in New Japan Pro Wrestling, shocking the world and challenging Kenny Omega for the IWGP US Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 12. Jericho, though, was unsuccessful, and not long after set his sights on the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. At Dominion, Jericho defeated Naito to win the title, becoming the first ever to win both the IWGP and WWE Intercontinental titles. With Jericho's star power brought more eyes than ever before to the company as New Japan Pro Wrestling World subscriptions skyrocketed. Number 4. Hiroshi Tanahashi. The ace of New Japan is another who held the IWGP Intercontinental Championship twice, with his combined days as champion recorded at 322 days. He successfully defended the title 5 times over the 2 reigns. The massively popular Tanahashi helped to propel the importance of the title ahead of the never openweight title, which was another mid-card title that came a year after the Intercontinental. So putting the belt on Tanahashi made sure that people realised the pecking order was the world title, the Intercontinental, then the never openweight. Number 3. Kota Ibushi. After years of chasing the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, Kota Ibushi finally got his hands on the title. In 2019, he defeated Tetsuya Naito at G1 Supercard. His first run as champion was only short-lived, as he dropped the belt back to Naito at Dominion. Ibushi then went on one of the best runs of his career in New Japan, winning back-to-back G1 climaxes in 2019 and 2020. At Power Struggle, Ibushi lost his G1 briefcase and the chance to challenge for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship and Heavyweight Championship on night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom. Tetsuya Naito still allowed him to challenge for both titles. Ibushi then defeated Naito to become double champ, and the next night successfully defended them against Jay White. Ibushi is the last ever IWGP Intercontinental Champion before the belts were then unified together. Number 2. Tetsuya Naito. There are two names you think of when you talk about the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and one of those names is Tetsuya Naito. Having held the belt for a record-breaking 6 times, it's no surprise that he is number 2 on our list. Naito held the title for 814 days out of its existence, which is second in overall combined reigns. He's also second in the amount of successful title defences with 8. Naito is also the first ever to hold both the IWGP Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Championships at the same time, and the only to accomplish this feat twice. So number 1, Shinsuke Nakamura. It's no surprise when it comes to in at number 1 that it's Nakamura, as he is known as the greatest IWGP Intercontinental Champion of all time. Nakamura held the title 5 times in his career for a record number of 901 combined days, successfully defending it for a record-breaking 17 times. Let's just put that into perspective. Tetsuya Naito's second with 8, which means Nakamura defended it more than twice as many times, which is absolutely incredible. When the IWGP Intercontinental Championship was created in 2011, Nakamura was already a former 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. Nak, though, didn't hit his peak until this time when he won the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. He was so confident around this time, and he was just oozing with charisma as the king of strong style. Nakamura's first reign as the title's longest at 313 days, as he helped to elevate it and being on par with the world title, before holding it a further 4 times before joining WWE, where, let's face it, his career then fell off a cliff. So there you have it. That is ranking every single IWGP Intercontinental Champion from 15 down to 1. So as always, let us know your thoughts and feelings. Let me know, do you agree with this list? Do you feel like I've got the order wrong? Let me know in the comments, and we can have a chat and see why I'm right and you're wrong. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, let us know in the comments your thoughts and feelings of where you rank these 15 champions. And as always, don't forget, give us a like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we look at bringing more wrestling related content your way very, very soon.